Hello everyone, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Count Silver, and today we are playing some more Corpse Factory. A lot went down last time. It was getting a little crazy, so we're going to continue on from that point. Let's get started. We are rolling up to the office where our character that we are now works. If you watched last time, you saw what happened to the blonde person that we were playing before. Didn't end well. Spoiler alert. Let's get started today. It doesn't take long for the looming office tower to enter my field of vision. 32 stories of office space all crammed into one sleek, slim tower. Capitalism. The name Timujian? Timu? You don't want to get messed up in that. It's stamped across the structure in gigantic block letters. If you're looking for this building in Shinjuku, you can't possibly miss it. Timujian carries the title of Japan's third biggest banking corporation. It's a gigantic company with other branches in Kyoto, Osaka, Sapporo, Fukuoka. That's not how you say that. And a dozen smaller cities I don't even remember. I've worked here for close to 3 months now. Not a long time in the grand scheme of things. That said, I'm only a temp, and all I do is data entry. Hey, you can get paid pretty good for that. I work on the 14th floor along with about 60 other junior employees, including gal girl Tomoe Watanabe. I don't speak to any of my co-workers. That's the way I like it. We got a bit of a loner. Could have fooled me. When I reach the building, I enter through the giant double sliding doors and find myself in the familiar lobby. Comfortable couches line the walls circling a reception desk. 4 large elevators are tucked away in a nook behind the reception desk. It's already busy this morning, though to be fair, this place is packed all the time. I avoid the crowds of sharply dressed business people, feeling a little out of place in my semi-formal shirt and skirt. Let me see the fit. I'll be the judge of that. Ducking into a newly opened elevator, I tap my employee ID card to a backlit panel and press the button for my floor. The doors close and the elevator begins its smooth ascent. I'm surprised to find that I'm the only one traveling up. I reach my floor and listen to the soothing chime as the doors open, revealing the open layout office before me. The static drone of workspace noise fills my ears. Conversation, ringing phones, fingers tapping against keyboards, photocopiers. Even the steady, low hum of the air conditioning contributes to the overall din. Why is photocopiers highlighted? What is the point of that? Should I remember that? Is that important later on? I make my way to my desk, stationed in the middle of the floor and surrounded by a dozen other identical desks. As I walk, somebody taps me on the shoulder gently.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Who the fuck are you? Shinya Fujikawa, my senior, though he's really only a couple of months older than me. He's worked here for a whole year, after taking an internship straight out of senior high school. He's not an intern anymore, though I'm not quite sure of his job title.
Morning, Fujikawa.
Dang, she acts like she's friendly enough.
How was your commute this morning?
Bro, I'm sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong here, anybody who wants to. This outfit ain't cutting it. Listen, I know you're in an office space. This is kind of a casual office attire. But you're not pulling with this. It's not happening.
Fine, same as usual.
Her outfit's nice. Like, if this is the outfit she's wearing currently, this is pretty top tier.
That's good to hear. Did you read any of your novels?
How's that any of your business? He's referring to the horror books I like to read. I can tell from his tone that he doesn't exactly approve of the subject matter. I've known Shinya since junior high. We go way back, but I wouldn't exactly call us friends. I see, so we do know him to a certain extent. However, he's the one that landed me this job, even though it's just a temporary contract. Why would he help you? I've always had the feeling that he's a bit sweet on me. I could be way off the mark though.
Well, I couldn't get a seat on the train today.
No, you're pretty much on the mark.
Ah, that's a shame. You, still haven't accepted my, friend request, did you know?
It's over, bro. Pack it up. I'm sorry. Maybe if you got her a permanent job, but temporary, this is all you get. This is daily interaction is the closest you're gonna get. I have to fight the urge to roll my eyes. He's a nice guy, but we were connected on Noise once before and I had to delete him. Why? He's super obsessed with his father's detective work, and all he ever posts about his assumptions and theories on petty crime cases. That seems perfect for her. That seems kind of mundane enough for her to enjoy it. Normally, I'd find anyone on my friends list fascinating, but here's the thing. Shinya never posts about his personal life. All he writes are long-winded rants on boring cases. I see, so it has to pertain to them personally. It's far beyond the amount of dullness even I can stand. Oh my god. He doesn't know it, but he needs an ambulance. I fish my phone out of my handbag and pretend that I'm looking at Noise.
Oh, how about that? Looks like I don't have any incoming friend requests.
Oh, she's already denied it. I quickly dip my phone back into my bag.
How peculiar. Well, I'll try and nudge again later.
Don't, bro. Don't do it. It just looks worse and worse the more you ask.
Sure, no problem.
Ah.
Well, anyway, I better get to it. Work hard today, okay?
Yeah, totally.
You got it.
Shinya offers a formal bow and goes on his way. Before I can take a step toward my desk, a mocking voice whispers in my ear.
Ugh. How long are you gonna lead on sweet little Shinya?
Ma'am? First of all, I don't think this is work appropriate attire. I think you need to go home and change before you are terminated. Secondly, I like your style. I shiver and find God, I cannot say her name. Tomoe Watanabe lurking right behind me, buzzing around my neck like an irritating mosquito.
That poor boy really has the hots for you. When are you gonna tell him you're a cold-hearted psycho?
He's not necessarily wrong, though.
Listen, I'm not leading him on, and I'm no psycho.
Ma'am, okay. I know this just from talking to you, or I guess peering in from the looking glass, you know. You were getting off to reading about people's mundane lives on your phone, on a public transit. I'm not gonna say it's psychotic, but it's at least a little strange. But I'm not here to judge. I'm here to just state facts.
Huh. Sounds like something a real psycho type would say, don't you reckon?
I tell people a lot. I'm gonna shut my mouth. Of course, this is none other than Gal Girl Tomoe, the very same brain-dead moron who posted this morning about wanting to try Corpse Girl's website. She's the kind of person that likes to stir up trouble and instigate conflict. She's had her vacant eyes on me since the day I first stepped foot in the office. She loves to torment me any chance she gets. Maybe I rubbed her the wrong way somehow, though I'm not sure whatever I did to her. Even though she's a data entry temp like me, she's worked here just a little longer than I have. Unfortunately, that means I have to defer to her as my superior in this professional environment. She knows as much and likes to take advantage of the fact as often as possible.
It's funny, you know. You don't look like the type of skank to lead on a goody-goody like Shinya.
Skank? Skank? Why would you say that?
I told you, I'm not leading him on.
I mean, I will say you need to at least be like, okay, he's a little slow on the uptake, obviously. So you gotta do something about that. It's not his fault. Maybe. I hope not. You just gotta be like, look, men need to be told straightforward, I'm not interested. Please leave me alone. And any respectable man will be like, understandable, have a good day. I don't know if he will, though. That's the only problem.
Well, if you're not interested, maybe I'll take him out this weekend and tongue him at the cinema.
If you want to, go right ahead.
Gross. Do what you want, but I doubt he's into someone with your, looks.
It pains me to have to do this, but I volunteer if need be.
Oh yeah? What would you know? You think he likes your flat chest, little Miss Gothic Lolita?
Damn. Going for the chest. I know I should shrug off comments such as this, and normally I would. But backing down from Tomoe isn't something I can do easily.
I'll give you a tip. Guys like Shinya are smart. Clever.
I think you're wrong about that, because he still hasn't picked up on the fact that you don't want to accept his friend request.
If you want to impress him, don't let him know your head is as full of air as your inflatable breasts.
Ew. I see you were building up to a little more harsher criticism. Oh, oh god. A flash of crimson lights up Tomoe's face and she looks ready to lash out at me. A group of coworkers, juniors like us, look over to us in concern. Oh, so everybody's hearing this right now, that's fantastic. Tomoe takes a step back from me, but not before signaling a rude gesture with her fingers. Whatever could she mean? What could that possibly be?
We ain't done here, Noriko. Watch your back.
Oh, okay.
I'm trembling.
She's got some guts, I'll give her that much. Tomoe walks away and I breathe a sigh of relief. If it wasn't for her having to deal with her, I wouldn't dread coming to work every day. Anyway, I wonder when she is planning to test out Corpse Girl's website. Will she try it on me since we just fought? I'm not really sure if I should be excited or scared. Either way, it will definitely be fun to find out what happens if she does try the website. I finally reach my desk and take note of the time. I was supposed to start working 5 minutes ago, so I quickly log into my computer and check today's task list. It's all standard stuff today. I need to transfer a few tables of numbers from a spreadsheet into our company's online database. When I'm done, I have to run it by a few other people and then commit the changes to the server. The work is dull and repetitive, but my salary isn't bad. On the plus side, I get to wear headphones and listen to music while I work. That makes 10 times the world of difference, trust me. I dip into my handbag and retrieve my headphones, my phone, a can of milk coffee, and a handful of breath mints. I lay them out on my desk neatly. She even got the breath mints after drinking the coffee. She actually might be one of the best characters. It's the little things sometimes. I slid my headphones on, plugged them into my phone, and hit play on my work playlist. Loud, symphonic metal lovingly thrashes my ears as I crack open the can of coffee and take a long sip.
Okay, let's get started.
She said that to herself. And that might be quite concerning for others to see. You want to talk about psychotic? When someone talks out loud, it's a sign. Go ahead and tell you that right now. There's nothing wrong with it. But when you already have accusations against you, it doesn't look good. I return home to my quiet, cramped apartment after work. The place is eerily silent, a stark contrast to the bustling office where I spend my days. Throwing my head bag into the tiny coffee table, I pick up my laptop and sit on the couch. Oh god, guys, I'm sorry. I think I have to sneeze again. Hold on. I muted myself so you guys don't get a sneeze today. I'm sorry. I lie back and get comfortable, letting the laptop rest on my stomach as it boots up. The welcome screen loads up and I click a couple of times, open my web browser and then head to a very specific website saved in my favorites. Corpse Girl's website. A cute dancing zombie girl is animated at the top of the page, a peculiar irregularity that always makes me giggle. I think she's adorable. I noticed that the page view counter at the bottom of the site is nearly the same as it was yesterday. There have been maybe 4 or 5 new visitors. I heave a sigh. Maybe the website isn't quite that well known after all. That begs the question, how did Tomoe discover it? Well, never mind that. My eyes scan the website's content. Request to death. Big bold letters headline the site. The intention couldn't be clearer. Further information on the site is sparse. Brief instructions tell the user to fill in the victim's phone number and upload a photo. Aside from that, there's not much else to mention. It doesn't even ask for a name. After scanning the site, I move my mouse to the browser's address bar and click. I type a / after the website's address, and then add the word admin. I hit the enter key. A login page presents itself, with empty username and password fields waiting to be filled. My fingers tap dance around the keyboard, and within moments I'm presented with a brand new page. A blinking slab of text greets me. One new request. A crooked smile cracks my stony expression. She admins the site? Finally, somebody has requested a death. Somebody has asked me, Corpse Girl, to kill a victim. This is where things get exciting. I giggle and feel my cheeks flush red. This is the first request I've had for about a week. I've been logging in every evening, fingers crossed that somebody has elected a new victim for me. Wait, did she not just say, though, that that was her first request, like, ever? Hold on. Finally, someone has requested a death. Somebody's asked me to kill a victim. Things get exciting. Okay, I think it's just somebody has requested a death. I got it confused with it was, like, her first request, I think. But it's the first request she's had for about a week. Gotcha. Today, my wishes come true. I can't help but feel emotional at a time like this. My lower lip trembles and I feel tears welling up. I dab the corners of my eyes gently to avoid smudging my makeup. As I hover my mouse cursor over the View Request button, a familiar and pleasant tingling sensation surges in my chest, my stomach, my thighs. Ma'am, please. Not in front of everybody. I shiver with anticipation, my hot and steamy breath beginning to fog up the laptop screen. Are you kissing it? I click the button. Request details. Today, 2:47 p.m. local time. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. Who was this? The victim's photo automatically loads on my screen. The person in front of me is a total stranger, but that's okay. It doesn't change the task set out before me. A woman, rather plain, in her early 30s. She's well dressed with minimal makeup, and she's not really putting her personality on display. It's a nice photo, better quality than some of the images I've received in the past. In fact, the photo looks like a corporate ID picture. I wonder if it was downloaded from a company database or website. Well, the source of the photo doesn't matter. The simple fact of the matter is that somebody has made a request for this person to die. It falls to me to fulfill that request, and as Corpse Girl, I take requests very, very seriously. I'm sorry, another sneeze that you guys did not get to hear. I had the victim's photo, and I have her phone number. All I need now is to select a way for her to meet her untimely demise. I previously thought that including an extra field on my website, an option for the user to choose the way they want their victim to die. Oh my god. After all, it would reduce the amount of strain on my creativity if the method was decided for me. But after careful consideration, I decided against it. Some people are sick, twisted. The cause of death could be far beyond my means and impossible to achieve. Therefore, allowing the user to define the cause of death just isn't feasible. Instead, I'll stick to my current modus operandi. Everything depends on the quality of the victim's photo. If it's detailed and the victim's features are easily distinguishable, then I can be rather creative with the cause of death. Perhaps the victim's face suffers grotesque burns, or she has an iron stake thrust through her skull. Ma'am. However, if the victim's photo is low quality and doesn't provide enough detail to identify the subject, I have to resort to the default cause of death. A terrible, unlucky fall from a great height. That sounds familiar. Maybe she slips, or maybe someone stumbles into her and sends her tumbling over a rail. The end result will be the same, a swift, crushing death from on high. The victim will end up face down on the concrete, completely unrecognizable, save for her clothes and accessories. It's not my favorite cause of death, but in some cases it is necessary. Regardless, it is still a valid way to fulfill the request. For now, it's time to get started. I can barely contain my excitement. I squirm against the couch, crossing and uncrossing my legs in a vain attempt to dissipate the heat rising through my body. I just feel like I'm just reading something I'm not supposed to right now. Taking a deep breath, I try to calm my nerves and get to work. The victim will receive a photo of her own corpse, timestamped with the date of her death. This corpse girl's signature move, my calling card, if you will. Seeing an image of one's own disfigured corpse is sure to strike fear into one's heart. And that's precisely the reason I take this step, to make the victim panicked and act rationally. First things first, I save the victim's photo to my laptop's hard drive. I store it in a folder discreetly named System Files. Nice. Hidden away in the root directory of my operating system. A password encrypted directory, of course. Genius. Next, I open up my favorite image editing software and load the photo. Looking carefully at the detail in the picture, I can see that this will be a work of art. I can really go to town with this request. I minimize the software, open my web browser, and access a particular website. The database of the deceased, the DD, as it's known on the dark web. My secret weapon, the ultimate resource for my work. Oh boy. The DD is a collection of countless high-resolution photographs of dead bodies. Murder victims, crime scenes, suicides. I don't know, your little nerd friend from earlier might actually be not a bad idea, not bad to have around since he's into that kind of stuff. He's probably the one posted on the website, if I'm being honest. If I had to guess. Also, I love how they have a mobile site beta for this. I love that. If someone has died in one way or another, chances are good that some perverted individual has captured the moment in all of its gory glory. Gory glory. Gory glory. Gory glory. Such valuable images are essential to my work. Using these photos as a base, I can edit my victim's details into the picture. My process is simple. I start by locating the perfect corpse photo. I searched the database, and in less than 2 minutes, I discovered a disgustingly detailed photo of a woman with her entrails spilling from her stomach. Honestly, if people have weak stomachs, I'm not gonna lie, it's cool if you bow out now. This is getting crazy. Her face is blue, having suffocated before even having a chance to bleed to death. She's about the same age as my victim. She's on a similar height and build. Finding a photo that specifically suits my victim's features is easy thanks to the DD's excellent catalog of tags and filters. I simply search for the keywords that match my victim's description and find a corpse that fits. Using this photo as a starting point, I digitally edit my victim's face onto the body. It's not some quick job that even a child can do. It's a painstakingly crafted work of art that would fool even the keenest eye. An hour passes, then 2, then 3. Before I know it, midnight has come and gone, but the work is nearing completion. All that remains is to add the final touches. I like to add specific distinguishable details to the image, a personal item or accessory, clothes, makeup, you name it, I can edit it in. With personal details added, I adjust the lighting and color palette, just slightly enough to make the photo truly unique. If the victim decides to reverse image search the photo and discovers that it's a forgery, all my work would be for naught. And with that, the masterpiece is complete. A grisly, gruesome, gratuitously gory gift for the soon-to-be departed. The victim will receive this photo of a corpse that is, for all intents and purposes, a perfect replica of her own physical form. She will open the image on her phone, and the life she once knew will crumble to pieces. My lips curl into a satisfied smirk. During my hours of work, my breathing eventually steadied. My excited nerves settled into like a zen-like... I'm gonna redo that sentence. My excited nerves settled into a zen-like calm. But seeing the finished art piece now, I begin to feel my heart pounding once more. Please forgive me. The macabre vision before me is exhilarating. Adrenaline and dopamine surge throughout my body, giving me a sudden head rush of bliss. To say that I'm attracted to the sight of blood and guts would be misleading. No, I'm not into that at all. The excitement stems from the thought of taking control of somebody else's life, dictating their future, controlling their fate. For with the creation of this image, I have taken the victim's life into my own hands, like a puppet master pulling the strings like a marionette. By forging this convincing creation, I will compel the victim to take her own life. That's right, my own hands need not become stained. The hands of Corpse Girl have never been dirtied with the blood of a victim. This is the true nature of my work. Carefully crafting corpse photos in such a way to convince the victim that their fate is already sealed, as no matter what they do, they cannot escape the death that awaits them. And the date stamped on the photo is the icing on the cake, the ultimate driving force behind the victim choosing to end their own life. A date so near in the future, a time that has not yet occurred, a fiber of uncertainty carefully interwoven into the image that causes the victim to pause and consider the possibilities. Is this photo from the future? So it's not any like craziness, it's just psychological. Is this truly my fate? How can I outrun a future that has been pre-decided? These are the thoughts that run through a victim's mind. Despair and dread flood the senses. Overwhelming anxiety gives way to calm acceptance. This is my dead body. This is how I die. Why should I fight it? And when the victim's last vestige of resistance gently breaks, like a silk spider web being torn by a cold breeze, they finally give in. They invite their end. This is the way it will go down for this woman, this complete and total stranger. I'm confident, certain, convinced. But like, how? Oh, but how did the blonde girl from the beginning see her own corpse ahead of time? I'm still not convinced on that. I don't know about that. It was a sudden spark of inspiration that guided me to begin fabricating corpse photos about a year ago. I can never quite recall exactly what it was that spawned the idea. Sometimes I get close to remembering, but the recollection dances at the edge of my mind and slips back into the darkness. Regardless, I ventured down a dark and dangerous path. I built Corpse Girl's website and invited strangers to request the deaths of people they knew. It was a sales tactic, simply a way to encourage users to submit images. I had no intention or means of ending lives. Little did I know of the true power I wielded. Power in red. Remember that. I only intended to create corpse photos and send them to people for fun. I wanted to startle and scare some unsuspecting fools. It would be a lie to claim that I didn't get off on it. The thought of people shrieking in fear at the sight of their own corpse was more than delicious. I don't know if I'd use the term delicious. Seems a little extreme, but you know. However you want to describe it, this is your story, not mine. It sated my budding lust. It filled a dark hole in the depths of my soul and gave me purpose. Never in a million years did I dream that one of my corpse photos would result in the death of another human being. I'll never forget her name. Riri Hatano? 20-something. Slim, gorgeous, eyes that took my breath away the moment I gazed upon her portrait. She was the first person to make me feel bad about crafting hoax photos, the only person to make me feel bad about it. But I did it anyway. Corpse Girl never rejects a request. It's my conviction. I forged a beautiful rendition of her death. Thanks to some rather macabre source photos obtained via the database of the deceased. I strung Yuri's corpse up in a field like a ghoulish scarecrow. The photo was incredible. It was my 5th or 6th work. The 5th or 6th time a user of Corpse Girl's website requested a death. Ruri Hatano died just hours after receiving the photo. I don't know why. I don't know if she killed herself or if someone murdered her. But I know one thing. Ruri Hatano's body, her real body, was found in a field, hanging like a scarecrow, surrounded by crows. I don't know how you could do that yourself. If you can, I was gonna say congratulations, but that's not really something to congratulate. It's interesting. Her eyes have been gouged out of her skull, and her stiff fingers clutched her phone tightly. See, I find it hard to be able to. I mean, you could definitely do that, but could you do that and hang up like a scarecrow? I don't think so. According to the news report, her phone displayed a familiar image, the very image I created of her corpse. When I first learned of Ruri's death, I was overcome with varying emotions. I felt sick, elated, disgusted, overjoyed, depressed, aroused. Had I somehow caused her death? Was Corpse Girl responsible for taking a life? Even though my hands weren't stained with blood, I still felt responsible. A lurid truth descended upon me at that moment. Corpse Girl held the power to end lives, and the more I dwelled on that fact, the more obvious it became to me. I began to feel that power pulsing through my veins, thrumming in my blood as my heart pumped and pounded within my chest. I can't explain how the power works, and I don't know why I have it. But somehow, the corpse photos I created can compel a victim to end their own life, or compel someone else to end it for them. Ruri died in the way that I envisioned. Her dead body matched the fake corpse photo I painstakingly crafted. And I didn't even have to leave the safety and comfort of my apartment to ensure her death. Sorry, another sneeze. Corpse Girl's power is real, extraordinary, and I vowed to exercise that power as frequently as possible. Why? You have to vow to do that? I promise myself I will continue to make up stuff because I'm a liar. I mean, I get yeah, okay, so yeah, we're just not sure why it's happening. It just is. But she did some stuff beforehand and it didn't happen, like 2 or 3, I guess, before hers. And nothing happened because of it, so it's gonna be hard to say. We're still shrouded in mystery here, kind of, because she doesn't even really know why, I'm pretty sure. She just knows that she gets off to it. Well, with that being said, guys, I think we're gonna stop there for today. Had a lot of serious topics to discuss with this one, but at least we know who's running the website, and we kind of have an idea of how it all got started. And we met some new characters as well who may or may not be important later on. We'll have to find out on the next time that I play. I will see you guys then. I appreciate you guys being here. Again, I love and appreciate you guys. And as always, this has been Obediently Yours, Count Silver, signing off.